Hey, this is David. This is my week 7 demonstration speech. Today we're going to work on troubleshooting and repairing a faulty lamp socket. Now, one of the things my grandfather taught me as I grew up was to become very self-sufficient in life, to work on your car on your own, your house, your electrical, your plumbing, your carpentry, whatever it is that you need to do, because that's what a man's supposed to do. We're a woman, so don't worry. We got to be self-sufficient in life so we don't have to worry about paying everybody all sorts of money for something we can do ourselves. And this is a pretty basic thing that you can work on, and it doesn't require any kind of rocket science or anything like that. So we have our lamp here, and I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to troubleshoot. So here we go. Oh look, the lamp's on. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now because I don't want to go to sleep, and I don't like light. So I'm going to go down here, and we know the little clicky thing. We always listen to that sound, which I don't have. So right off the bat, troubleshooting step number 1. Do we have light? Yes, we do. Step 2, does it turn on and off? Well, we know it turns on, but it doesn't turn off. So we're able to ascertain that it's your lamp socket that's giving you trouble. So we're going to go ahead and unplug it. Nobody likes to get electrocuted. So we're going to take this lamp right on over here to this conveniently placed towel and lots of tools. I'll place this down here. And now I'm going to decide to get this cover off right here. Just a little ball of the screw. Here's your lampshade. Push the lampshade down. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the blue to make sure it doesn't roll away. Now, first things first, we check and make sure this ball is not too hot, which it's not. That rhymes, by the way. We're going to take this guy off here. Place this down in the blue. Now, right here, you have these two little doohickeys for your lampshade holder that just come off and slide right on up. And this is applied by pressure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze right here, pick this guy up, and put it down. And if you just give me 5 seconds, I'm going to magically go to Ace Hardware, and we'll get the part I need and be right back. And I'm back. I just came back from Ace Hardware, and I picked up a lamp socket just like this. $5, real easy fix. I'm going to take our lamp socket down here, and we're going to gently lay our lamp down, just about right here. Now in here, this usually has this nice fancy cover. It's to cover up the fact that you have a big screw in there. So we're going to take this guy out, place right there for later. And we want to make sure we have some slack with this, because what we're going to do is take this lamp socket out and it'll pull some of the wire out. Got this guy here. Now, pull this a little bit closer to me. The way these are on is through this little pressure right here. The base of this lampshade, this lamp socket, is attached by pressure. It just kind of squeezes on. And this is really cheap kind of aluminum-y kind of metal. So we're going to get a flathead part of our screwdriver. And we're going to apply this right here and just kind of wedge it in. Dig in there, and you kind of pull on one end as you're doing that. Just enough to let it come out. Put my screwdriver down, and off we go. And as you can see, we have that slack here, and we can pull this straight out. Now, other handy dandy tools that I have over here, we got a nice set of wire strippers, we have wire cutters, and we have either a set of needle nose, or you can make it a leatherman, or it doesn't have to be anything fancy, trust me. So from here, we have very basic parts here. Let's take this guy out, and I'm going to slide this guy right off. It just comes off really easily. Over here, you have what's called, you have your plus and your minus, which is your hot and your neutral. Hot and neutral, it's the same thing as positive and negative on a battery, except with AC, alternating current. With your plugs, lamps really don't care because it's just a light bulb. But in this case, in some devices, you have what's called a polarized plug. What that means is you have the fatter end, which is your negative or your neutral, and your skinny end, which is your hot. And as you notice on the your little smiley face receptacles, you always have that one eye bigger than the other, right? I know everybody's imagined it like that. That's for your neutral to go in and make sure it's polarized, because if you put it in backwards, you can cause a problem. Now, in order to tell with lamp wire which one's a hot and which one's a negative, by the time you get all the way back over to here, you have on the hot side, it's nice and rounded off, and you can actually feel it's nice and smooth. But if you flip it over to where the negative is, you can feel a rough, almost like a line, and it's nice and rough right there. And also you can see one side's going to have writing on it, one side's not, in order to identify the type of wire. So follow this all the way through, and we'll go to here. Conveniently labeled here is your plus and minus, but if you didn't know better, you just feel for your hot and your neutral. So we take our wire cutters, we just cut here, and we'll cut here. This guy is of no use anymore. Now, get our wire strippers. This is really thin gauge wire. This is normally about 16 gauge wire, but we can use the 14 hole over here in order to strip the wires out. And you want to strip about, let's say, 3/4 of an inch. Squeeze in there, and just pull on out. There's your exposed wire. I usually give it a little twist just to keep it all together because this is braided wire. And we'll do the same thing on this end. Take it, strip, pull it out, twist it up. Let's get our new socket. And it has the same parts as the old socket. We're gonna shove this old stuff out here, like so. And on this, the way a light bulb works, the way electricity works with it, is the outside part is your neutral, and the inside part, that little springy guy right in the inside, is your hot. And this is silver, and here's the silver part for where you're gonna put your neutral. And the inside's brass. You're gonna go right to where this brass is. So we're gonna loosen this guy up, just enough to get that wire in. Feel for your neutral, which is this guy. You stick it right in there, and you can just curve it around, and you're gonna go in the direction that the screw is turning. That way when you tighten, it makes a nice fixed connection. Bada boom. We'll come back over here where our hot is. Same thing, stick him through there. Just gonna wedge him in there, and off we go. Bada bing. Now, I don't like this color gold that came with the stuff from my magical store, so I can actually use the existing cover because it'll sit right back on. It's pretty standard. I'm gonna shove that guy in there like so, and then I'll just kind of hold here as I pull it on back through. There you go. You find where the ridges snip together, and boom, there you go. Give it a quick test. Awesome. Here we go. Put our little doohickey back on here. Lampshade holder. Give it a squeeze. Shove that back on here. And little mini doohickeys sit right on there. We'll get our light bulb. Screw it in. And we're not going to throw the lampshade and everything on there just now because what if it didn't work? Then I wouldn't have a good video. So we're going to bring this puppy back on over here. Plug it in our polarized plug, polarized receptacle. Oh look, it's on. It's off. It's on. You fixed it. Hooray! Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. Please don't electrocute yourself. Bye-bye.